Jewsbury to serve. Nielsen's up, only a punch, it falls for Darlington Nagbe. Oh, it's absolutely brilliant!
The technical ability, it's undeniable. I still think to this day he's one of the most gifted players in the world.
I was born in Liberia in 1990 during the Civil War. And after 5 months, my mother fled Liberia. Went to Sierra Leone where she was a refugee, and then from then on went to France where my dad was at the time. Growing up with my dad, going to the games and being ball boys at the games, it made my brother and myself want to be professional soccer players. My mother wanted us to move to the States to get an education and go to school. That was the process of us ended up in Ohio. He has huge pride for his country and where he was born, so he went back and he was the captain for a good amount of years. For me, Ohio's home. I wasn't born here, but I grew up in Cleveland. My family and my mother is in Cleveland, my brother and my sister, so Cleveland's home for me.
I remember when I got the job, I went and watched him play and literally had seen nothing like it at the youth level. My jaw just completely dropped when I first saw him touch the ball. I knew this kid was completely special. So I brought him in on campus as a junior, and his mom came and we offered him a full scholarship. That's
when her eyes lit up and she was like, yes, he's coming, and kind of looked at me like, really? Like, is he serious?
And I remember he committed on the spot, and his mother started crying in my office because her goal was always for him to get his education first. And when you look back on their journey to the United States and what they've had to go through, she's been the one that's basically raised the kids. That's Darlington's jersey, his junior year when we won the national championship. A lot of good memories there. I mean, that was my first coaching job, and that was where Darlington got his start as well. You know, he's a Cleveland kid.
One of the best times of my life, winning the national championship together with Caleb. It was great.
Darlington did things that year that I've never seen to this day in college, and I've been in college a lot of years as a player and coach, and he was just absolutely magical.
I knew he was going to be a pro when I had my first training and saw his first touch, because that's how you make your living in our sport. And he has the cleanest first touch of any player I've ever seen and ever played with.
With the second pick of the first round of the 2011 MLS Super Draft, the Portland Timbers select from the University of Akron, Darlington Nagbe.
Darlington Nagbe not here in attendance, but his mother is.
I think everybody thought he was the most talented player in the draft, having no idea that I would eventually be the coach and coaching him, but I remember Portland was ecstatic to be able to get Darlington.
Jewsbury to serve. Nielsen is up, only a punch, it falls for Darlington Nagbe. Oh, it's absolutely brilliant!
There were a lot of expectations that were put on him early in his career, and a lot of times, you know, some of these young guys don't live up to that.
This is an unbelievable goal.
But you could tell that Darlington had something special from day one.
Good touch by Nagbe to get away from Beckerman. Now Nagbe the attempts!
I don't think he truly believed how good people thought he was, because super humble kid, doesn't really love the attention that he gets for being so good.
For Darlington Nagbe!
So for me, as a veteran player, you're continually in his ear, letting him know, hey, you've got something special, well, like, bring it out.
Nagbe. Oh, goodness. Oh. Absolutely brilliant.
Darlington is such a humble guy, and he thinks team first, and that's one of his best qualities. But sometimes a player needs to recognize how good they are and how much of an impact they can have on the game.
Yeah, I was excited because I knew the type of coach he was. We had success together at the University of Akron.
I had a lot of conversations with Darlington before I accepted the job, and I know he was excited I was coming. I was very excited to be able to coach him again. And I felt like it was, you know, a little bit of fate that we could get back together and try to win another trophy.
Love the recognition from Nagbe, staying alive, playing until the whistle.
Here comes the cross, Wallace is there! Cascadia reigns. The Portland Timbers win MLS Cup 2015.
I mean, some players can never win a trophy, and all the hard work, you know, finally paying off. Yeah. It felt great to finally lift the trophy at the end of all that.
Coaches rarely get a championship. I've had 2 with the same player at 2 different levels, which is pretty cool. There have been a lot of big moments for Darlington that I've seen: win a national championship, getting drafted. But one of the biggest ones was when he became a citizen finally.
That's a huge reason why my mother moved to this country, you know, for us to pursue citizenship. This country is a great country, and obviously it shows with all the immigrants that move here and try to pursue a life here. So just wanted to make my mom's dreams come true.
I call him a kid, but he's not a kid anymore, and I've seen him grow up. I've seen him and Felicia come to Portland, get married, and raise kids.
He loves football, but I think he'd tell you that family's number one. For him, that's better than any win or anything he does in the game. But obviously the balance of the 2 is what makes his life complete.
If you ask where D is, he's probably playing with his kids. So he's very family-oriented, and that was basically from his upbringing. The way his mother helped raise him and bring him to the man he is now is really cool to see. You know, I stood next to him last game. You know, he feels something when he puts his hand over his heart. Being from Liberia and to have so much pride for the country is something that was incredible. And I felt proud to stand next to him and listen to the anthem.
I'm listening to the national anthem and I'm praying at the same time, so a little bit of both going on. It's how far my mother's come, how far I've come, and everything she's done for our family to be where we are today, and I'm thankful for another day to play the game that I grew up loving.
You know, obviously when Darlington got his citizenship, everybody's wondering if he was going to get a call-up.
Once he became, you know, a citizen, I think it was just a no-brainer.
So on comes Darlington Nagbe of Portland Timbers. Big moment, a debut for the U.S. at the age of 25.
I think we were all waiting for that moment because we knew how special that would be to play for your country. I could tell it was an emotional time. It was something that he was proud of.
As I was standing on the sideline waiting to come into my first game for the U.S., it was just a happy moment, and I mean, I was trying to control it. At first I came on and I was just kind of calm, and then I had a big smile on my face after, you know. I was trying to hold it in, but I just couldn't hold it in.
There are moments in your career you remember for a lifetime, and one of those is your debut for your national team.
Talent-wise, he's among the best, and I think he's going to be there for a long time. It's going to be fun to watch.
He's a nice guy. It's nice to cheer for nice guys.
He means everything to the Timbers. He's a franchise player.
Turn from Nagbe and a shot!
If you just take him talent-wise, there are world-class players who can't do what he can do in terms of just being magical with the ball. I'm real proud of him. I truly do love the kid.